Namo Buddhaya, meritorious children. Today we are conducting the Mirror of Dhamma program in an amazing place. Right now I am at Mahamevanawa Buddhist Monastery in Kaduvela. This is where the Shraddha TV, Lakvidu Radio is located, and right now I am in front of the Siri Pa Viharaya. This temple, this shrine room, this whole building is made as a veneration to the Supreme Buddha's sacred footprint. So this is the entrance. You can see there are a lot of carvings, and there's a huge entrance. There are two big doors. This is all made as a veneration and to show utmost respect to the Supreme Buddha. And you can see swans either sides. So swans are depicting the great Arahants. So the Blessed One, our Gautama Buddha, was surrounded by great Arahants who had undefiled minds. So let's go inside the shrine room and learn more about this place, about the Siri Pa Viharaya. Namo Buddhaya, Theravada Saranai. Dear children, you should feel happy and amazed to be meritorious, to see these things, and to develop an unshakable confidence in the Buddha. Even you all are living far away from Sri Lanka, especially the kids living away from Sri Lanka, got this rare opportunity to explain this amazing place by the monks of Mahamevanawa Buddhist Monastery. So now I'm going to take you all in to the shrine room and explain each and every place, and to understand why this sacred place was built. Now let's go in. Dear children, now I have come inside the Siri Pa Viharaya. So now you can see this beautiful relic casket. There are 5 sacred relics of the Supreme Buddha. 5 sacred relics of the Supreme Buddha are enshrined in this great casket. And almost 30 relics of great Arahants. How many? 30 relics of great Arahants are enshrined in this great casket. So now you call it Karanduwa in Sinhala. So I'm going to worship this great relic casket enshrined with Buddha's relics and Arahant's relics. So before we worship this relic casket, we should have a hope in our mind. We should have a strong hope, thinking, may I also obtain an undefiled mind. May I also obtain and achieve a life just like those great Arahants achieved. May I also have the courage and the effort to follow the Buddha's path and achieve fruits from that path. So now I am going to teach you how to worship the great relics by keeping our knees on the floor and by keeping our palms together on our forehead, and how to show respect to the Supreme Buddha. So let's see how we are going to do it. Meritorious children, after the passing away of our Gautama Buddha, after the passing away of the Buddha, we have 3 main things to worship, to venerate, to gain blessings and to gain merit, and also some Arahants who venerated those main 3 things in their past lives they were able to become arahants. So the three main things, the sacred things that we could venerate and worship is the Buddha's relics, and then the things that are done for the Supreme Buddha. A stupa is something that is done for the Supreme Buddha, done on behalf of the Supreme Buddha, done for the Supreme Buddha. And then the third one is something used by the Supreme Buddha, like the Bodhi tree was used by the Supreme Buddha. Then the Supreme Buddha's alms bowl was used by the Buddha. So the disciples of the Supreme Buddha get the opportunity to worship these three things. So right now you all are worshipping the Buddha's great relics. So when you go upstairs of this shrine room, of this building, of this Vihara Mandira, you will get the chance to worship something that is done for the Supreme Buddha. The Buddha's footprint is carved in a valuable stone found from Himalaya mountain. So even the Buddha's sacred footprint is venerated by gods and Brahmas and Devas. So Siri Pa Viharaya means this is a shrine room that was built especially for the Buddha's sacred footprint, as a veneration to the Supreme Buddha's footprint. So before I go to the upstairs, now I'm going to explain about two paintings. There are two paintings in this Vihara Mandira. These paintings are extremely unique and so beautiful and very meaningful. So now, the first painting I'm going to explain here, you can see God Sumana Saman Divyaraja, keeping the palms together and holding a lotus and inviting the Buddha to come to his mansion to keep the Buddha's foot on a gemstone to get the footprint of the Supreme Buddha. For what? To worship that footprint. That footprint is something that is paribhogika. Buddha used that foot to keep the Buddha used that stone to keep the Buddha's footprint. And then Buddha's step was kept on that gemstone, on a blue gemstone. So when the Blessed One visited Sri Lanka for the third time, after 8 years of the Buddha's enlightenment, so the Buddha visited for an invitation done by Maniakika Nagaraja. So the Nagaraja who looks like a Deva, but it's a Nagaraja holding an alms bowl, that is Maniakika Nagaraja. And then Buddha did not visit alone. Buddha visited with great arahants. And then this is God Sumana Saman Divyaraja inviting the Blessed One to come to his mansion. And then another God came together with the Blessed One, together with a tree, giving shelter to the Supreme Buddha. And then he had to stay back in Sri Lanka, even though he came from India together with the Buddha. He had to stay back in Sri Lanka and protect a wonderful stupa. What's that stupa? That is the Seruvilla Mangala Mahastupa. So that is Samidhi Sumana Nagaraja. So, and the other gods are the fleet of God Sumana. So even God Sumana Saman Divyaraja is surrounded by Devas. So even Sumana Saman Divyaraja, he lived as a human being in a past life and did merit. So he became a stream entrant actually. So after Blessed One visited Sri Lanka, this island of Lanka, God Sumana Saman Divyaraja learned Dhamma from the Blessed One and became a stream entrant. So if you all are sharing merit with God Sumana Saman, that is a great protection for us. So you can have a footprint at home and worship the footprint, the sacred footprint of the Supreme Buddha, and share merit with God Sumana Saman Divyaraja. So now I am going to explain the other painting that is to be seen in this amazing shrine room, in this Siri Pa Viharaya. So this is the last day of the Blessed One's life, and this is the incident where the Buddha's passing away took place. You call it the Maha Parinibbana. And you can see the Buddha is surrounded by a lot of monks. And then you can see a monk who's seated, that is our Venerable Ananda, who attended the Supreme Buddha for 25 years with thoughts of loving kindness, with actions of loving kindness, and with words of loving kindness. Then, one monk was quite happy with the Buddha's passing away, which is unfortunate and sad to hear, that is Subhadra. He said, now we can live the way we want. So that's the monk who shows the hands like this. But there was another amazing monk, that that monk was also Subhadra. That monk's name was also named as Subhadra, but that was the last Arahant. That Arahant was very fortunate. And then the great Arahant who is fanning the Supreme Buddha is Arahant Upavana. And the next monk who's standing there is Arahant Anuruddha. So a beautiful incident happened, an amazing incident happened on this occasion. When Arahant Upavana was fanning, the Blessed One told Arahant Upavana to move aside. Why? The gods could not see through Venerable Upavana. Why? Venerable Upavana has offered a flag in a past life to the enlightened ones. And as a result of that, Arahant Upavana became so powerful, became so mighty and powerful, and even gods could not see through Arahant Upavana. So the Blessed One told Arahant Upavana to move aside. That's what you see here in this image. So some Arahants lived with equanimity, and some Arahants were sad. So they were the Arahants who have partially realized the Supreme Buddha's teachings. So all these things now we are seeing after the passing away of the Supreme Buddha. But just imagine when Buddha was alive, the people who saw the Buddha from their own eyes, how much merit they would have accumulated, how much confidence they would have developed in their lives, and how easily they would have escaped from samsara. Dear children, so this is amazing, right? To get the opportunity to see all these things and get explained. So all these things were done with the blessings of our teacher, most venerable, our teacher, our Lokasamin Vahanse, Pingmat Lokasamin Vahanse, Avasarai, most venerable Kiribadgoda Jnanananda Mahathera, and also with the guidance and with the supervision of our Venerable Aludini Subodhi Swamin Vahanse, this amazing Vihara Mandira was built. So now I'm going to take you to the upstairs, to the most sacred place, that is the most meaningful, that is most dedicated place, that is separated for the Supreme Buddha's sacred footprint. So that is a carved footprint of the Supreme Buddha, and this whole shrine room and this whole building is dedicated for that wonderful carving made for the Supreme Buddha's sacred footprint. So we are passing by this relic casket. Even this relic casket is very powerful and extremely sacred. So before we go up, we should worship the relic casket one more time and get permission to go upstairs. So now I am going to go to the upstairs. So this is the staircase to go to the shrine room in upstairs, and you can see all these carvings, all these beautiful designs are done as a veneration to the Supreme Buddha, as a offering, as a great offering. So we have done all these things and all these chandeliers and beautiful lights and these special tiles and all these wooden carvings, and then these carvings, all these things is dedicated to the Supreme Buddha. Because as disciples, the monks have tried to do the best as much as possible as a amisadana, so as a material offering to the Supreme Buddha. So now you can see this when you come along this staircase, you can see this beautiful waterfall. So this is depicting Sita Gangula. So Sita Gangula is a stream, a water stream that is flowing from starting from the top of the mountain where the Buddha's sacred footprint is located, the Sri Pada is located. So even when someone goes through the staircase to worship the Buddha's sacred footprint that is carved in upstairs, still to get the feeling that they are going through the Sri Pada Mountain, the monks have decided to place an image of the Sita Gangula. So you can have the feeling when you go up there, when you on your way to Sri Pada. So you can have the feeling on your way when you go up to worship the Buddha's sacred footprint. So this whole building is covered by carvings, by beautiful carvings. And you can see this beautiful mountain, this painting. This is not a painting actually, this is a tile, a special painting done on a special kind of a stone. And this depicts the whole Sri Pada Mountain. And we can imagine how monks have planned this shrine room and how much they have think about making a shrine room to the Blessed One. So I think it's a great merit and we can rejoice in this merit. When you see these things, dear children, rejoice in this merit. All these things are offerings. All these things are offerings that are always offered, that is been always offered to the Blessed One, not like a normal flower. So, and now just one more story remaining for me to go. So now we are getting closer to the main shrine room and hope to see you there and explain more about the Buddha's sacred foot and the Buddha's sacred footprint and the top floor of this shrine room. Tipiso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vijjacharana Sampanno Sugato Lokavido Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarathi Satta Deva Manusanam Buddho Bhagavati. Sadhu, sadhu. Children, we are so meritorious to do these things to a Blessed One, to an enlightened one, to an extremely realized one. For a supremely enlightened one, we were able to offer an oil lamp and also the bowl made of wonderful carvings and then filled with cool water. I was fortunate to offer this. So now I am going to explain about this shrine room. This is the main place in this big Vihara Mandira. So this is located in the top floor of the Vihara Mandira, and you could see that this whole shrine room is surrounded by carvings, surrounded by and filled with carvings. And some carvings are done by sandalwood, by white sandalwood, and some carvings are done by very expensive types of wood. And for all these carvings, there is a meaning. Even if you see a swan or a lotus leaf or lotus flower, there's a meaning. Now I'm hoping to explain you all one by one the meaning of these carvings and why these carvings are made in such a way. So I share the merit with you all from the oil lamp offered to the Buddha's sacred footprint and the cool water ball offered to the sacred footprint of the Supreme Buddha. So now here you can see, when you look at this Vihara Mandira, even if you look up, you can see it's full of flowers, carved with full of flowers. So the moment the Buddha, when he kept his foot on the blue gemstone that was in the Sri Pada Mountain, on the top of the Sri Pada Mountain, the moment the Buddha kept his foot on that to get a footprint, all the flowers bloomed in Sri Lanka. All the flowers bloomed in Sri Lanka. You would see this table. Underneath the table, you can see animals. So there are animals, and you can see this forest. So this forest is to depict the Sri Pada Mountain, and the animals are, the moment the Blessed One kept his sacred foot on the gemstone, enormous loving kindness and compassion was developed even among animals, each other. Even among animals, enormous loving kindness and compassion was developed each other. Imagine the power of keeping a footprint. So just imagine each and every step that Blessed One kept when he walked in India to preach the Buddha's teachings. Each and every step that he kept on this earth was sacred, was endowed with loving kindness, was endowed with full of compassion. Only with one hope he kept his foot on this earth. The hope was, may someone escape from this samsara. Each and every step our Blessed One kept was with loving kindness. For an example, if you take Angulimala's story, the Blessed One went to that forest out of compassion towards Angulimala to help him to escape from samsara. So if there was a person who kept each and every step with full of loving kindness, without giving up, full of compassion, that was our Blessed One. And then followed by the Blessed One. After the Blessed One, it was the great Arahants. So the Blessed One and great Arahants are seen all around, in this entire place, everywhere in this shrine room, through carvings. So now, if you look at this carving, for an example, you can see a lotus flower, and then there are 4 swans. There are 4 swans. But the necks are there's a variation in the necks. I hope you can see it. In the necks, there's a variation. So the lotus leaf is the Buddha, and the flowers are the Buddha's teachings. So the swans are the Arahants who were born from the Buddha's teachings, who generated an undefiled mind through the Buddha's teachings. So the flowers are the Buddha's teachings, and the swans are great Arahants. And the variation of the necks are some Arahants, like if you take Arahant Sariputta was great in wisdom, Arahant Moggallana was chief in psychic powers, Venerable Ananda was chief in having a good memory power. So likewise, like Arahant Mahakassapa was chief in greatest practices in greatest austerity practices. So, like that, among arahants, even they were undefiled, but they had great abilities. So, the difference between the necks shows the great different abilities that great arahants had. So, these are all arahants, and they were born from the Buddha's Dhamma. The flowers are the Buddha's teachings. And then, if you look up, you can see swans coming from 4 directions. So after our Blessed One kept the Buddha's foot on the gemstone, and after making a footprint, even arahants came to the Sri Pada Mountain to worship the Blessed One's sacred footprint. So now, eventually, now you are getting closer to where? To worship the Blessed One's great footprint. So here you are seeing right now, what you are seeing right now is a footprint that is carved, exactly look like the Blessed One's footprint. The length with the special signs, you will have so far already learned the Buddha's great marks. There is a hub with spokes in the middle, and then the foot is evenly kept on the ground. The whole foot touches the ground, and long fingers. So this is a carved footprint to remember the Buddha's real footprint and worship the Blessed One. So, dear children, so in the future, if you get the chance to come to Sri Lanka, or even the devotees who are living in Sri Lanka, you all will have the chance, you have the opportunity. The Mahamuna Buddhist Monastery in Kaduwela has given the opportunity to devotees to come and make offerings. So you will have to call the monastery first and dedicate a day for you all and come here and make offerings to the Supreme Buddha, and you can visit this place and develop a pleasant mind towards the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. So now, and furthermore, there are elephants underneath this special table. So where the footprint is placed, underneath there are elephants. So these are short elephants. So there are short elephants living in the Sri Pada Mountain. To depict that, the monks have decided to carve this table like that. And then now I'm waiting to worship the Buddha's sacred footprint. So we can keep our hands like this and then think of the Blessed One who lived alive, and just like we can remember the moment where Arahant Mahakassapa came on the occasion where the Blessed One was kept on a sandalwood casket, and when the Blessed One was about to be burned, Venerable Mahakassapa, Arahant Mahakassapa, after the arrival of Mahakassapa, Arahant, the Blessed One body, the Blessed One's sacred footprint came out from the box and touched the Arahant Mahakassapa's sacred forehead. So let's think of the Blessed One's great qualities and worship the Blessed One, thinking the Blessed One is alive, the Blessed One is alive, and gain blessings from the Supreme Buddha. So there are other places to be explained as well. So step by step we'll learn. So we have so far worshipped all the sacred places in this wonderful Siri Pa Viharaya. The first place we worshipped was the relic casket that is enshrined with the Buddha's great relics and Arahant's relics. And then we went up and worshipped the Buddha's sacred footprint. And now there's one last thing to do. That is to share merit with God's Sumana Saman. we have to share merit with Sumanasaman Divyaraja. So that is on the right hand side of the Vihara Mandira. So you can come with me now. Dear children, this is the place where made for the devotees to share merit with Sumanasaman Divyaraja. So after worshipping the great relics of the Blessed One, and by after worshipping the great relics of Arahants, and also after worshipping the sacred footprint that is carved, especially in this Vihara Mandira. Don't forget, when you worship, if you had to come to this place in the future or one day, when you worship the carved footprint here, you should think of the Buddha's footprint that was placed in the Sri Pada Mountain. And there are 3 other places where mainly Blessed One has kept his footprint. So after gaining merits in many ways by recollecting the Buddha's qualities and by thinking of the great compassion, how Buddha preached Dhamma by going from city to city, from village to village. You know, children, when the Blessed One kept his foot on the earth, the odd places became even, the uneven places became even. And then the Blessed One, when he had supernatural powers, he went by foot. Why? A lot of people were able to offer dana. Sometimes just because of one person, Blessed One went to preach Dhamma. Once Blessed One went to help an old grandmother. That grandmother was only able to worship the Buddha. And once the Blessed One went to preach Dhamma to a cowherd. Just because of one person, Blessed One went to preach Dhamma for miles by keeping the sacred foot on this earth. So we are worshipping such a great foot. We are worshipping such a great footprint that was kept by the Supreme Buddha's sacred foot. So that foot is honestly sacred, truly sacred and meritorious to worship. Among all the beings, among the beings who are with 2 legs, among the beings who have 4 legs, among the beings who have many legs, and among all the Devas, Brahmas, the Blessed One is chief and foremost. If someone has confidence in the foremost, the results are also foremost. So after gaining foremost results, you can come to the room that is next to the Sri Pa Viharaya, that is dedicated to Sri Sumanasaman Divyaraja, and you can come here and share merit with Sri Sumanasaman Divyaraja. May Sumanasaman Divyaraja rejoice in all the merit that we have accumulated so far, and may you direct your eyes towards everyone in this world, towards the kids who are learning Dhamma, living far away from Sri Lanka, and may Sri Sumanasaman Divyaraja help all those kids and parents. May they get protected from the coronavirus, and may Sri Sumanasaman Divyaraja realize the 4 Noble Truths fully in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear children, what do you all think about this place? Don't you all feel like coming and worshipping the Blessed One's sacred footprint? That is amazingly done for the Supreme Buddha. So if you get a chance, you can come. We bless you. May you have the opportunity to come here and worship this sacred place. So this place is for the monks to chant the Buddha's qualities, the qualities of the triple gems, and to meditate and to worship the Blessed One. This is a very calm and quiet place. So see how beautiful it is. Everywhere flowers bloomed. So just imagine the moment when Blessed One kept his foot on the blue gemstone, all the flowers were bloomed. And then you can see how beautifully these flowers are done, how these flowers are carved, and these flowers are always offered to the Buddha. And then monks do chores in this place. 3 times a day offerings are done to our Blessed One. And then these carvings and all these construction work were done with the support of the lay people, with the meritorious donations, with the generous donations done by many people from Sri Lanka and all part of the world. So we share merit with all the monks, especially with Lokasamin Wahansa and with Subodhisamin Wahansa, and with all the people who took and put their effort, with all the people who put their effort to make this wonderful shrine room, this temple, and who carved these beautiful carvings. And may all the monks and all the lay people who made this shrine room realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So now, as usual, you will get the chance to listen to the good deeds done by other children. And afterwards, in the same premises, I will do the Punyanamodana. Namo Buddhaya, Thiruvan Saranai.
Namo Buddhaya. You have now come to the Good Deeds session, where we read and watch the good deeds done by children all around the world. My name is Devanga, and today I'm here with Dinu Daham.
Namo Buddhaya. My name is Dinu Daham, and today I will be watching the good deeds done by Amelia Upasika, Seth Upasaka, Sandesh Upasaka, Dinara Upasika, and a Dhamma friend.
The first meritorious deed was done by a Dhamma friend. They have sent a marvelous video about the importance of parents and how we should respect our parents. Let's watch the video.
The first teachers in the world.
Namo Buddhaya. We love our parents. The first teachers of our lives are our beloved parents. They are the best friends to associate with.
Yes, my dear Dhamma friends, our parents are truly wonderful. There are millions of reasons why we all love our wonderful parents. Here are a few reasons.
We love our Amma. She is very loving and caring and the most closest person in the world. She is always there for us and support us in every situation. She encourages us to practice the Dhamma. She buys us everything, and if she can't, we understand the reason. She never lies and always comes through with everything like a friend but the truth.
We love our Amma because she takes care of us when we get sick, and Tata buys all the medicine no matter what it takes. Our Amma cooks us different food with love.
And Tati cooks delicious food too.
We love our Tati very much because without him, we wouldn't be the people who we are and yet to come. He has given us everything for our lives, including all the protection, comforts, enjoyments,
and gifts too. He's my hero. Without Amma and Tata, we wouldn't be born as human beings.
Our parents make our lives joyful, wonderful, and colorful with the Supreme Dhamma.
We really love our Amma and Tata a lot. Without them, we can't imagine what kind of a catastrophic journey our life would be in.
They find us all their happiness and best protection, no matter how hard it is for them. We love our family. We hope we can live happily together until we realize the Four Noble Truths. Namo Buddhaya.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That was an amazing video. we should all remember how much our parents have done for us, and we should always respect them. This is a great opportunity for you to send your good deeds to our email address, which will appear on the screen.
The next meritorious deed was done by Sandesh Upasaka. He has sent an email of what he learned from the Mirror of Dhamma program. Let's see the email he has sent.
Namo Buddhaya. We have a short time to learn Dhamma. One day, there will be no Buddha's teachings. After a very long time, when Maitri Buddha appears in this world, you will get to hear the Buddha's teachings again. If you go to a divine world, then you'll be able to learn the Buddha's teachings. First precept, killing living beings. The Supreme Buddha said you should feel shy when you kill living beings and to practice compassion to all living beings. If you smash on a living being, you will get smashed one day. The first precept will be broken if the being is alive, should be aware that it is alive, should have the intention to kill, make a plan to kill, and the being should die due to that plan. Second precept, stealing. The second precept is abstaining from stealing. The Buddha said we should avoid from taking what is not given, must accept only the stuff given. We should complete these 5 factors to break this precept. The property should belong to another person. You should have the awareness it belongs to someone else. You should have the intention to steal, which also means to have a plan to steal, and should steal using that plan. Third precept, sexual misconduct. The third precept, when someone engages in sexual misconduct, what happens? He will have a lot of enemies. Fourth precept, telling lies. The fourth precept is we should avoid from telling lies and should only speak the truth. There are a few ways to break the fourth precept. If you say what you saw, what you did not see, if you say you heard what you did not hear, if you say you experienced what you did not experience, if you say you know what you don't know. Fifth precept, taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. The fifth precept is abstaining from intoxicating drinks and drugs. The precept will be broken if you take a tiny amount of intoxicating drinks and drugs. If you take alcohol and drugs, you will become mentally ill and physically damaged. Theruvan Saranai, Namo Buddhaya, Sandesh.
Many merits to Sandesh Upasaka for sending this email with a lot of information of what he learned from the Mirror of Dhamma program.
The next meritorious deed was done by Amelia and Seth. They have sent various pictures of themselves doing meritorious deeds. Let's see the pictures.
Amelia and Seth have picked some very beautiful flowers from their own garden to offer to our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha. Then they prepared the Buddha Puja to offer to the Supreme Buddha. Afterwards, they did walking meditation in their house to calm their minds. Next, they have offered the Buddha Puja to the Supreme Buddha. Lastly, Amelia and Seth have done guided loving-kindness meditation.
Many merits to Amelia and Seth for sharing their wondrous meritorious deeds with us. We can all be just like them.
If you have photos of any meritorious actions, you could send them to our email address. The last meritorious deed was done by Dinara Upasika. She has sent a presentation about Venerable Upavana. Venerable Upavana is a very powerful monk. Let's see the presentation she has sent.
Venerable Upavana. Venerable Upavana. The Buddha had many attendants. Venerable Upavana is one of the Buddha's attendants, and he is a very powerful monk. Venerable Upavana was more powerful because in one of his previous lives, he offered a flag to a Supreme Buddha to pay respect to the Buddha. He got more merits because he offered a flag to the most respectable, enlightened teacher. One day, the Supreme Buddha had a wind disorder in his body. Venerable Upavana went to Devahita Brahman's house and stood at his side. And Devahita Brahman asked, "Why are you here? Are you looking for something?" Venerable Upavana said, "The Blessed One has a wind disorder in his body. So if there is any hot water, please give it to me." Brahmin Devahita gave the hot water and some jaggery too. Though Devahita Brahman wasn't a Buddhist, he still gave hot water and jaggery. Then Venerable Upavana offered the hot water with jaggery to the Supreme Buddha, and the Supreme Buddha was cured. When you offer something, it will be fruitful. If you offer to the Supreme Buddha, because the Buddha had a completely pure mind. The Buddha eradicated craving, and there was no bad thoughts in the Blessed One's mind. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Teruvan Saranai, Namo Buddhaya.
Many merits to Dinara Upasika for sending this marvelous presentation.
Today we watched many good deeds done by children all around the world. May you also have the opportunity to send your good deeds to our email address.
These meritorious deeds will help us to propagate the Dhamma and teach others to do meritorious deeds as well. We rejoice in your good deeds. The whole world rejoices in them too. May all of us have the opportunity to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Teruvan Saranai, Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya. Now we should do a meditation. So today this meditation is about meditation on your precepts. You should be aware and be happy that you have protected your precepts. And you should have a mirror to see whether you are protecting your precepts or not. So by protecting precepts, you can gain and generate happiness end of the day by thinking that you have been protecting your precepts. End of the day, by spending the day, after spending the day, you can think, you can close your eyes and think, today I have abstained from killing living beings. Today I abstain from stealing. Today I abstain from engaging in sexual misconduct. Today I abstain from stealing. Today I abstain from taking alcohol and drugs. So when you think of your life, you will become so happy thinking that you were a good person. By any chance, if you have broken a precept, again you will get a chance to correct yourself. You will think, okay, I did a mistake, but I will correct myself. And then by correcting yourself every day, you can develop your path of Dhamma. If you don't recollect and think of your virtue every day, you will not be concerned about your virtue. You will not have the chance to correct yourself. So, we can do this meditation in this way. Close your eyes and think like this. Listen to me and think according to what I say. Our Supreme Buddha lived a virtuous life. Our Supreme Buddha lived a virtuous life. Think about the Supreme Buddha. Our Supreme Buddha controlled the bodily actions, guarded the bodily actions. The Supreme Buddha controlled the verbal actions, did not say bad things. Our Supreme Buddha lived a virtuous life. Supreme Buddha lived a virtuous life. All the bad deeds that could happen through the body was totally abandoned by the Supreme Buddha. All the bad words that could be spoken from the Buddha's mouth was totally abandoned. Wrong livelihood was totally abandoned. Supreme Buddha had a developed life, and Supreme Buddha's virtue was well developed. Supreme Buddha's virtue was a fulfilled virtue. The Supreme Buddha taught us about virtue. Supreme Buddha taught us about controlling verbal actions and bodily actions. With the hope of escaping from samsara, Supreme Buddha taught us to abstain from killing living beings. Supreme Buddha taught us to live with showing compassion towards living beings. I am abstaining from killing living beings. I am abstaining from killing living beings. I am abstaining from killing living beings. I will teach others to abstain from killing living beings. I will convince others to abstain from killing living beings. And I am happy that I am a person who abstains from killing living beings. I should do this for the sake of realizing the Four Noble Truths. This precept was taught by the Supreme Buddha. Listen to me, children, and think according to what I say. Supreme Buddha taught us to abstain from stealing. Supreme Buddha taught us to abstain from stealing. We should not take what is not given. We should not take what is not given. We should only take what is given to us. We should not take anything with a stealing mind, with a stealing intention. We should not take anything with a stealing intention. No one likes to lose things. Just like I do not like when I get stealed, when I get robbed, even other people do not like when they are robbed. So I should abstain from stealing. I should convince others to abstain from stealing. I should abstain from stealing with the hope of realizing the Four Noble Truths. Out of compassion towards us, the Supreme Buddha told us to abstain from sexual misconduct. We should not misuse this body. We should not break the relationships of others. Even in secrecy or even in public, we should not do evil deeds from our body. We should have the fear to do bad things. We should abstain from sexual misconduct. We should convince others to abstain from sexual misconduct. When I abstain from sexual misconduct, I can live happily without having enemies. We should abstain from sexual misconduct with the hope of realizing the Four Noble Truths. Supreme Buddha taught us not to lie. Supreme Buddha taught us not to lie. We should speak words that are useful, that can be trusted, that can be believed by others. We should speak words that are kind, gentle, appealing. We should not cheat others with words. We should abstain from telling lies. When I abstain from telling lies, I can overcome hatred and fear. Without any fear, I can go to any place because I know that I have not cheated others. Without any fear, without any hatred, without any fear, without any regret, I can go to any place because I have not cheated anyone. I should abstain from telling lies with the hope of realizing the Four Noble Truths. Supreme Buddha taught us not to take intoxicating drinks and drugs that lead to delay. We should abstain from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs with the hope of realizing the Four Noble Truths. When people take intoxicating drinks and drugs, they will be born in bad places, in hell, in animal world. And if they come to the human world, they will become physically ill and retarded. I should abstain from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs with the hope of realizing the Four Noble Truths. Now think, I have abstained from killing living beings. I don't give fear to the world. Think of your great ability and be happy yourself, children. Now think about yourself. Think, I don't steal, so I don't give fear to the world. I don't engage in sexual misconduct, so I don't give fear to the world. I abstain from telling lies, so I don't give fear to the world. I don't take intoxicating drinks and drugs and become unconscious and harm the people and harm others, so I do not give fear to the world. I was able to become so fortunate because of a Supreme Buddha. Because of a Supreme Buddha. I was able to become so fortunate because of a Supreme Buddha. I will protect my precepts more than my life. I will protect my precepts more than my life. I will protect my precepts more than my life. Now slowly open your eyes. Children, that is meditation on your precepts. Do it. Do it as much as possible. You will feel very happy and comfortable. You'll be proud of yourself thinking that you have done what Buddha has said and you are a person who does not give fear to the world, who gives loving kindness and no fear to the world. May you become wonderful kids who are blessed by the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and may you realize the Four Noble Truths and die as a virtuous person one day, and may you have the opportunity to realize the Four Noble Truths being a virtuous person and gain the highest results from the Buddha's teachings, and not to come back to this endless journey of samsara, but to keep a full stop and end all the sufferings that you could face in the future. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya, meritorious children. Today we were fortunate to come on a pilgrimage to Siri Pa Viharaya, that is located in Kaduwela, Mahamevunava Buddhist Monastery. So this is where the Shraddha TV, Lakviru Radio, and the Siri Pa Viharaya, and then Dhammarajika Stupa, and then Sri Gautama Bodhi Mandapa. All these things are located in this amazing, meritorious and sacred land. So today we were able to conduct this program to explain this Vihara Mandira to you all. It's because of Sylvia Manio. Sylvia Manio has sponsored for today's program to bless everyone in her family and to bless you all as well. So today the program was sponsored by Sylvia Manian and by P.A. Garth Upasaka and their son Dominic Fernando. So first of all, let's share merit with all the gods. May God Sumana Saman Divya Raja rejoice in this merit, and then may Maniyakika Nagaraja rejoice in this merit, and may Samiddhi Sumana Nagaraja rejoice in this merit, and may all the devas who helped to make this Vihara Mandira rejoice in this merit, and may all the devas help us, and may all the devas also realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So next we have to share merit with all the departed relatives. So let us share merit with all the departed relatives of Sylvia Manio and all the departed relatives of all of us. Rejoice in this merit and may they escape from samsara as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may our teacher, Pingvat Lokaswamin Vahanse, and all the monks and nuns of Mahamevunava Buddhist monasteries rejoice in this merit. And may all the monks and nuns and may all the upasakas and upasikas rejoice in this merit and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And the meritorious people who sponsored, the meritorious devotees who sponsored for today's program are hoping to share merit with Thelma Fernando and Pradeepa Fernando and with their siblings, and also especially with Pradeepa Fernando, who is hoping to start a business and to flourish in his business and to be successful in his future. They have decided to sponsor for this program, and may all the devotees, may all the names mentioned in this Punyanamodana, and may all the kids who are watching this program today rejoice in this merit, and may all of us realize the Four Noble Truths, have long life, and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may all the people who make donations to Shraddha TV on monthly basis rejoice in this merit, and may they be well and happy, have happiness. May all the members of Shraddha TV rejoice in this merit, who really worked hard today to make the camera system properly and the sound system, and to record the today's pilgrimage in this Vihara Mandira. It was not easy, so may all of them rejoice in this merit, and may all of us realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear children, even in the future, we are hoping to go on pilgrimage like this. So stay with us, join with Mirror of Dhamma program, send your good deeds. If you send more good deeds, I will feel more comfortable to do more programs like this. So in the upcoming programs, we will explain you more about the Buddha's sacred foot and more about worshipping the great relics and worshipping the things used by the Blessed One. So may all of us have the opportunity to develop an unshakable confidence in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.